Hello YouTube, welcome to Sunday in the Shop. We're going to clean up our homemade machete we made several years ago. It got rusted. It was laying on the shelf where my air compressor is, and I drained the water out and got some water sprayed on it, so that's why it's rusted. We're using the sanding disc. I can't tell you the grit, 36 grit or whatever. And we're going to try to take some of the nasty stuff out we did with a flapper disc when we built this. Then we're going to... Okay, I got interrupted by the neighbor yelling over across the way. Saying it loud enough for me to hear him. Anyway, then we're going to take our whatever, those yellow Harbor Freight with the orbit sander disc. I'll show you a picture of it. I can't tell you the grit of them things. They're yellow. You'll see them in the store. This is also from Harbor Freight, but we're going to try to get some of the nasty gouges out. You can see them. They're kind of disappearing if you get around here. They're kind of disappearing with this, but it'll make new ones if you're not careful. So we're lightly doing this, then we're going to take the sander to it. So we'll come back after we're done doing this, show you one shot real quick, a little clip, and then we'll show you a shot when we take this other orbit sander to it. So stay tuned. Okay, it don't look that great. We're going to take the sander to it now. With the, we're going to go put a new one of these on, or a better one. These from Hobby Lobby, Harbor Freight. You can do this. Menards, we go to so many places. No, these are the Harbor Freight ones. Menards is cheaper, but these are tougher built. This is whatever you see for these sanders, the yellow one. So I can't tell you the grit. So we'll be back after sanding it with that. We'll get this right. It's Sunday. We can make mistakes in videos. Okay, this is much better. We had to replace the switch in here. I'm glad I had a rocker switch. I had to do a little modifying inside the housing, chopping it, and then it just hot glued in there. The other one had a big plastic bubble you had to press in. It was like a dust-proof thing. It was really junky. And the switch was really small. I mean, it was like half the size of a rocker switch. So you had to really cram your finger in there, and finally it just stuck. I mean, I pushed it on off. That's where it broke when I shut it off. But there you go. Give you a little close up there. Okay, anyway, we'll flip this over and then we'll show you the other side before we start so you can see before and after. This is what I made that video on my thing where I slide on my desk. These kind of a textured, pebbly, whatever. And it gets rid of most of the deep scratches. I mean, there's some in here, but it's just for chopping wood. So stay tuned. We'll get this little project done. Okay, here's the untouched other side with the rust and everything. See how I got this clamp here? So this can't fall down. Safety, you know how sharp that is. It's very safety. I, of course, have goggles and gloves, but this is the before. We won't show sharpening this. That'll just be probably with a file. Like I said, this is only for chopping, splitting wood. So, there you go. You can see how nasty it is before. I don't know if you can actually see those deep grooves from the flapper disc and everything making this. This was like a prototype machete just to see if it'd work. So stay tuned. I keep saying that, but stay tuned and we'll be done, and then we'll be off to the desk for some little thing, and I have a couple little short how-to videos I'm going to add this week. Stuff left over from filming during the week. Okay, we're done with this project. We use a chainsaw file. I'm guessing 5/32. I may be wrong. It's just the one that's kind of wore down. It isn't good enough to do my chainsaw anymore. I have several different sizes though, but there you go. That's after taking the sander to it also. It's not a sharp edge, but I said it's just for splitting wood. That's all I use this for making kindling wood. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple little video clips of this will be one. I have added more to this. See that heat shrink tubing? I don't know why I call it shrink wrap. I have added more because I did blow it off there. So I'll show you the video how I made this. That is a brake line splice. I think it's 3/16. So enjoy that. And buffing a old air compressor blowgun. Then I'll come back with one little thing and then we'll be done for the week. Hopefully this ain't a big long video this week. Not that I don't mind doing it. It's just it's so nice out. I've got to get other chores done around here. It's actually Saturday, so stay tuned for the upcoming videos. Okay, next little project here. This is a brake line splice. They will screw right into a lot of these blowguns. This is 3/16. I measured it. It has to be standard because this was on my truck once for a splice. Okay, I've got a piece of heat shrink tubing over here and one here, and I slid them in there so I'd have enough. This will be cut off right here because this red straw will be flush with here. This is kind of protected when I heat it because I'm going to put this heat shrink tubing over top of it. Okay, I may put another one over top of that. So we don't want to blow it out. So I'm showing you all this because I didn't show something else I built one time. Like this. This is pretty simple. I just drilled a hole in that. But okay, I'll bring you back when I'm done with it. So we're going to make a little attachment for the blowgun out of your straw off your aerosol cans. So like I said, this just to protect this from the lighter when I heat the heat shrink tubing on here. So stay tuned. We'll get this thing made real quick. Okay, I didn't overlap it very much, but I did get that to shrink without hurting this. Very carefully with my turbo lighter. Real quick. So I'm going to add another piece over top of here. I screwed it on it so I know how far that goes. And then I'll probably add another one on here too. We want to get this as strong as we can and still as much as we can so we don't blow it out of there. And I will take this off and show you that I can't do it one-handed. It helps take up the slack from the sides of this to the inside ID of this. So the OD of this, ID of this, helps take up the slack, the piece of shrink tubing in there. So, okay, let's talk more work. I'm always saying it. Let's get some more shrink wrap. Shrink tubing. I think I said that in one video, shrink wrap. It's heat shrink tubing. You can do this. It's a Sunday video. You can goof up as much as you want. Right. Stay tuned. Okay, we had another piece here. We had another short piece here. So this is actually triple. Get it in frame. Now, if you can see that, it takes up the slack for the different size. Okay, I said, real carefully I've been doing this. This could take a lot of heat without melting. I mean, I did it real carefully. So I'm not going to put any electrical tape. I don't have to. Okay, let's put it all together. We'll put it over on our air tank and see if it'll hold air when I put my finger over here. Okay, we had 80 pounds there. It didn't blow it out. We do have a leak here. If you're going to use it, you're going to have to put some Teflon tape on there. But I did put my finger over it at 80 pounds. It didn't blow it out. I just held my finger there, so that's good. If it ever comes out, you can always tape it in there. But there, real quick, slap together out of junk parts. Make you a little tip out of one of them straws for cleaning carburetors. Like I said, that's just carry your blowgun in the part store and tell me you want a brake line splice and a piece of brake tubing. You might find an old piece. You'll figure it out. Every blowgun can be different. So there, we're done with that little project. Let's think of something else. Okay, we're going to test these blue no scratch ones. These are bigger washers. This is what I was using in the past videos. We upped the size. This was an old sandblaster thing. It had a tube where a tube come down and sucked the sand up, so it had two of them inside. I chopped it down and rethreaded the end for the what fittings I used. Very heavy. It used to have a hook from here to here and it broke, so I just ground it off. You can see the remnants of it, but it's really heavy. I really don't like using it because it's so heavy, but it was worthless the way it was. So, and like I said, it had gotten broke and the thing never worked. I tried it with even really super dry sand. It never worked. It just would clog up. It was just one of those type of tools. Okay, before and after picture. We're going to keep this segment short here. We'll bring you back and we'll tell you whether these work or not. And we'll also take a picture after we're done using it. These aren't perfectly square. I decided to make them square because I like the corners. The thicker you make this, you get a nice wide pad even when it wears down to the washer. So if I found a longer screw and put probably 6 of these together, I'd probably have a nice wide pad. Anyway, let's talk. More work. Okay, the blue ones are a fail. And the harder you press, the more it almost melts. See where it stuck to it? So we're going to go back to the green ones, and then we'll come back and show you how nice and shiny it is when we're done. And it did not work at all on aluminum. I was doing right in here. I screwed this in here so I got something to hang on to in my fingers. So, back to the drawing board. We're going to use the, well, tell you what. We're just going to go back. We're going to go back to the original. See if we can get 3 of these thickness on there. Because we want to have at least try one big one. I said the thicker it is, the nicer. See how much you got a nicer. Here, get the frame. Batteries are getting low, so we'll be changing batteries very soon. So we'll come back after we use the original pad that we started out with, because it is tougher than the green too. So stay tuned. Okay, not too bad. Here's where I plugged this. Here's what the other tube was that went inside of there. So I don't know how I got the tube out. It probably was pretty simple. Because one tube had the air and the other tube carried the sand. It could have been either way. But there you go. Real light touch. 2 hairs and a whisker, as Bob Ross would say. I didn't bear down on it. I'll take a picture of the flapper wheel, what it looks like after you use it. You can see it's hardly even mushed. So, on to doing something else. Okay, one last thing before we go this week. My wife's friend went down to Missouri to visit relatives, the Ozarks, and brought me back this Hillbilly coffee mug. Ain't that cute? I bet it would hold liquid. There you go. Man, imagine putting some moonshine in that, or a little bit of strong whiskey. I bet it would season the wood really good. Have no idea what kind of wood it is. I do not know. Maybe somebody can tell by the bark. Oak? I could be wrong. See how they ground it out to get down there where they could write it. Okay, thanks for watching this week, and we'll look forward to you tuning in next week.